with the Philadelphia Eagles. Dustin Hopkins has it on the tee, and here we go from our nation's capital. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
That was the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. On play action, Wentz. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Jonathan Allen in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And that is incomplete. Well, shame on them, Coach Davis. They went against your advice. They threw the football, and now they're backed up to punt this away.
They're actually fortunate. They went against my advice, but they didn't turn it over, right? No takeaway for the defense. They'll punt it now. They probably could have gained a few yards if they ran it, though, and helped out with field position.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And this will be touchdown across midfield at the 45-yard line. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10. Now Thompson. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
Well, to me, that's taking a big gamble defensively because that alignment you see, that's normally something you see down near the goal line. Because now, if they decide to go play action, something should be open there, and I think open big.
So maybe that's something that gets filed away for later.
I think without a doubt, you write it down, and if you see that look at a later date, go ahead and take your shot.
Here's Smith. Complete. Richardson has it. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well-run route.
Right.
3rd and 2, Smith. Jordan Reed has it. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Smith finding his big tight end Reed for a Redskins first.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, it's Smith. Josh Doxson's got it complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
I said 580. Check 31, check 31.
They'll run with Thompson. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Smith on 1st down. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there of 20 yards. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive going to plan so far. They'll give it to him up the middle. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Smith. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Chris Thompson, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Redskins have taken a first-quarter lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Throwing now is Wentz. Drops it off to Ajayi. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. Second and 6, just inside the 30. Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. And they take possession of the football
and have it at the 36-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Smith. Throw left side is complete to Reed. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. First down, here's a run with Peterson. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now a play fake, and it's Smith rolling to his right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
And the Eagles will go with an extra DB here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd.
Thinking pass all the way.
52. 35. Yellow.
From the gun, here's Smith. It's brought in by Dodson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. With Peterson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Adrian Peterson taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Wentz now on first down. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Preston Smith able to drop him for a loss of 4.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Go.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Shotgun now for Wentz. The pressure gets to him again. Ryan Kerrigan in there again as this offensive line is in tatters. 3 sacks in 3 plays. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. Crowder now to return. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Redskins will have a short field here as they take over 1st and 10. Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. Wide open receiver complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Tackle made there by Jordan Hicks.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
They run it here with Thompson. And they'll get him down right about the 20. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Smith on 3rd down. Dancing to us, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So now on 4th down, the Redskins will hand things over to their kicker, Dustin Hopkins. On the left hash mark, this a 38-yard attempt. And Hopkins' kick is good. And the lead will grow. It's now 17-0. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the 2nd half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
On first down, Wentz. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Flush to his right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on third. From the gun, it's Wentz. And this is going to be incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win.
No chance to get away there for Smith as he goes down. Nigel Bradham coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
52. 35.
A shotgun snap for Smith. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The pressure really ratcheting up. They get the sack on first down. Then a near sack. They got to him there just as it was leaving his hand.
Yeah, they might need to change their pass protection scheme a little bit. Maybe bring another guy into the backfield to help protect the quarterback because that was awfully close.
The Redskins on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17.
15, yeah.
Smith from the gun. He'll throw. Being chased out left. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. Here's Tressway now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker board?
Yeah, those two.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Matt Ioannidis in there to record another sack, their 6th of the afternoon. They'll run it now out of the gun. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. 2 yards gets them back to where they started, but now 3rd and 10.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now Wentz on third down. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there.
I think we've seen this before. Someone's down 3 scores. That situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, a bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, third quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will be down just inside the 30-yard line. So out now come the Redskins. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
They try to fire up the run game with Adrian Peterson. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Smith now on second down. Steps away to his left. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's third down. The Redskins on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Smith, operating from the gun. Forced out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Fletcher Cox coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Preston Smith in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now a play fake. Wentz. And the reception made by Alshon Jeffrey. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. They've really been able to contain Alshon Jeffrey. That catch a rare exception in this game.
And that's a feather in their cap because he's such a tone setter for his team on offense that they try and get him the ball early. And, of course, what comes after that is often. And for them to limit him and him not catch a ball until the second half, it's a big reason why his team is behind on the scoreboard.
Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now at FedEx Field, It's the Eagles behind on the scoreboard, but with the football here as we start the fourth quarter. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
But just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Throwing on first is Wentz. Flushed out right. And some room to roam now. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Now Wentz. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. They go play action here on 1st down. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the 1st down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Come on now. Come on now. Let's go.
On 2nd down, here's Wentz. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'd be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Ryan Kerrigan in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Wentz. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan And Kerrigan able to disrupt yet another pass play, his third sack of the afternoon. Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Thompson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's Smith. And Reed with it over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Finding some room at midfield. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 43 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Right back to him on 1st down. And he's got this one down to the 10. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. On 2nd down, Peterson. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Adrian Peterson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that pushes the lead up to 23. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move.
Trying for the tight end, Ertz, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it first and goal. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column too.